Hi everyone. Again, thank you so very much for clicking on my video today. My name is Christine and welcome to the Budget Box. And look, I am wearing blue gloves. Yay for those people that guessed right. So I will go through my comments. I will see who the first subscriber was that guessed first. I will reach out to them, find out what kind of zipper envelopes they would like, and I will be sure to put those in the mail sometime this week. So to be on the lookout for that. So again, I'm going to be throwing up another video. I'll probably be filming it on Thursday, maybe throwing it up on Friday. For any of you subscribers that are out there, try to guess what color my next set of gloves will be, and the hint is going to be somewhere in this video. So just throw it out there and see where it lands. So first things first, I need to give a huge shout out to Savannah over at Sav Saves. She did a showcase on one of my my boxes the other day that I had sent her, and I had so many replies. So many people came over, congratulated me on the new channel, wished me all the luck, subscribed. Sav, you are amazing, and I love to watch your channel. I love to watch you grow. I love to see all the money that you're putting away for your envelopes. So thank you so much, girl. If I am ever down in the Houston area, because I do have family down there, I am taking you out for a drink. So thank you again for giving somebody new to the Etsy and new to the YouTube world an opportunity to have a little bit of a jump start. So if you can tell by my heading on my video today, I wanted to jump on and go over how I set up or how I determine how much money goes into my sinking funds. Now we're getting towards the end of or the middle of November. I'm already looking at what is my 2023 budget going to look like? How much money do I need to set up in my sinking funds? What events are coming up? And so I want to go through that today. I see a lot, especially on TBM, the Budget Moms Facebook group. If anybody is not a part of that, no, there's no promotional with this. But if anybody's not a part of that, might not be a bad idea to hop on over there. It's just a community of people that are struggling with their budget or exceeding their budget or just getting through their budgeting journey, and they're asking questions and other people are helping them. And I see quite often the question that comes up on that channel or on other people's YouTube channels is, how do we go about determining how much money goes into your sinking funds? Now, we all know that everybody's budget is different. Everybody's budget is personal. Your household money is personal. There's not one that's the same. So I'm going to go through how I went about determining it. If it works for you, yay. If it doesn't work, then keep trying. And that's the big thing with this, is you need to continue to try until you find something that works for you. Look, I started my budgeting journey 2 years ago. I was no spring chicken at that. I'll be honest with you. And we're going to get a little brazen here at times. It was not easy for me to make the changes that I needed to. I was never good with money. My parents never taught me about money and what it was to save and budget. I never looked at my budget. My checking account was overdrawn all the time. I didn't want to look at it. I was embarrassed about it. I'm shocked that my husband stayed with me. I mean, let's get down and dirty and real here. I am shocked that my husband stayed with me all of these years with the bad financial decisions I have made on our part. I was afraid to talk to him about it. I was embarrassed. I cried and cried, and I have tried more budgeting apps and and budgets and pay this on this date, and it didn't work. I could not find anything to work for me. But that didn't stop me from driving on. That didn't stop me from continuing to look to find. And it was kind of a last straw for me and my husband. I was lying to him about what was being paid and what was not being paid, and we couldn't find anything that was working, and it was a mess. I don't know how. I'll be honest with you. I really don't. He must love me to death, because for me, budgeting was very emotional. My emotions were attached to my money. Every time I made a financial decision, I made it based on my emotions, and I didn't make it based on what was financially good for my family. As soon as I severed that connection, as soon as I looked at my budget as a business, that's when it changed. That's when I was able to take the simplicity of the Budget Moms workbook, and I'll show you a little bit about that too, and adapt it to what I needed to do. And I swallowed my pride, and I humbled myself, and I got real with my husband, and I just said to him, I can't do this anymore. So then we decided at that point that he would budget his money and I would budget mine, instead of me trying to budget the whole house. So he took some of the bills, I took others. He doesn't understand this concept. He doesn't understand cash spending. To him, it's totally foreign. Doesn't get it, not on board with it. And that's fine. This works for me and my psychology. He throws his money in the bank, uses his debit card whenever he needs to, pays his bills whenever, and that's it. The fact that I take money out and put it into cash envelopes is alienish to him. It is just, but you know what? He doesn't care, because it works for me. And bills are being paid, and we are able to just get on with life, and I'm not so stressed, and I'm not so just totally taken back and worried about money anymore. So keep trying. If my process doesn't work, find a process that works for you, and don't give up. That's going to be the big thing. Don't give up your drive, because as soon as that happens, then money has defeated you. Try to take your emotions out of your budgeting. My biggest emotional journey was saying no to my children. So find alternatives. If you can't take them to the store, sit down with coloring book and crayons and glue and glitter, $5 from the dollar store, and have a craft day with them. You know what I mean? For your teenagers, just know that what you're teaching them now, they're going to take into their adulthood. And that is very, very important. I'm shocked. I really am shocked that both of my children are as good with their money as they are. My oldest is 32. Her and her husband are amazing at their money. They have a beautiful home. They have a beautiful son with another one on the way. They do very well with their money. My other college age daughter pays for everything herself. I'm shocked that my children are as good as they are, but I'm very, very happy about it. So keep going. Don't give up this process. Don't beat yourself up. Don't give yourself grace. If you can only save 46 cents, then save 46 cents and call it a win. Okay? At the end of the year, if this is all that you can save, then this is all that you saved. If you don't have any dollars to spend, to save, then just start by saving your change. The big thing is consistency. That's going to be the big thing, is sitting down and making time for your budget. I carve out probably 8 hours a week on my pay weeks. I carve out half a day to do my budget. It's easier now because this is my third year doing it. So, but the first year, it was 8 to 10 hours a week, constantly going over my budget, constantly rechecking my envelopes and rechecking the money that I have spent for the week. It's work. It's work. Do not get me wrong, but it gets easier. Once you have your system down that works for you, it does get easier. So, words of encouragement for those that are struggling. And for those of us that have kind of got stuff together and got their journey where it needs to be, we need to encourage those that are struggling. So put those positive words out there. Reach out to me anytime that you need a little push, and I will be there to help anybody that needs it. So, okay, that's my soapbox talk for right now, but let's get into what this video is supposed to be all about. Let me grab a pen. Okay, so this is what this is what my rough draft looks like. So I go from this to making this look really great. Okay, so it's a lot of scratching, it's a lot of highlighting, it's a lot of scratching out numbers and what's going to look good and what's not, and so on and so forth. Okay, first thing that I do is I sit down and I look at 2023, my paydays. What days do I get paid for the whole entire year? So I go through January, February, March. I have three pay weeks, and this year I have 3 pay weeks in August. I call these the magic months or whatever. So this is the first thing that I do, and this is very important to determine how much money you're putting in. Okay, so this is number one. Sit down, 2023 calendar, write down your paydays. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I sit down with my planner, which is here someplace because my desk is a mess right now. So for those of you that know what it is, you know what it is. For those of you that don't know what it is, I am a happy planner. This is a planner line. Again, no paid promotion, just information. Is a planner line of planners. It's a disc-bound planning system. And you're looking at me, or you're looking at this video going, why the heck does she have stickers in her planners? I found a happy planner about 3 years ago as a way for me to cope with stress. I had an extremely stressful job. COVID kicked my butt at my work. I work in retail, and I work in retail food. So that was even worse. So anyway, it's a disc-bound system. And do you remember when you were little and you used to get those stickers and trade them with your friends? Well, these are adult stickers. And every week I sit down and I make a spread, and that's really what it's called. But to me, it's therapy. Look, stress at work. That was bad. This was a bad week. I remember that week. It was right before Mother's Day. Anyway, this was my stress relief. I sit down and I make pretty spreads, and then I start planning my life. And I don't think that I could do this without this. Seriously. So I sit down with my planner and I already have my 2023 planner, but I go month to month. In January, what is happening that I know of right now? Again, this is a foundation. What is happening right now that I know of in January? I don't have any birthdays. I don't have events that are coming up. So January is kind of a pretty chill month. Now, to say something might not happen, it might come up. I don't know. But this is what I can foresee right now. In February, I have Valentine's Day, okay? And I have my husband's birthday. So those are two things I know that I need to plan for, okay? So again, something else may come up, a quick weekend trip. I don't know. But I'm only planning my sinking funds right now for the stuff that I know. And then, of course, I have contingency funds if an emergency or if something fun comes up that I want to do. I do the same thing. I go through birthdays, events, holidays, anything that you think of that might come up. I'm looking at March. My daughter is due for her second baby in April. So in March, there'll probably be a baby shower. So I'm going to start planning for my baby shower. In May, my youngest daughter graduates from college in Arizona. We need to go to Arizona for her graduation party. A lot of family's going to be there. So I'm thinking airline tickets, car, Airbnb. We're going to rent a 5-bedroom house so all of the family can be together. It is November, but I already know that this is happening in May. So I'm starting to plan for it now instead of, holy crap, excuse my French, oh my gosh, it's April and I have no money whatsoever. So I'm starting a sinking fund for it right now. And then what I do is I go through, and this was from last year. So I took last year's and I altered it. Okay. So start with just a brain dump. Clothes, miscellaneous, Valentine's Day, Father's Day, Mother's Day, my anniversary, family birthdays, my husband's birthdays, my grandson's birthday, Christmas. I do an individual envelope for everybody in Christmas. I don't do one big, I have 6 different budget binders. Everything gets an envelope in my world. I can't put it all into one. It doesn't work for me. I've tried it and I ended up spending too much on that person, not enough person on it was a mess the first year. But I tried and I altered it to find something that worked for me. Okay? So, here it is. Okay. So that was the second thing that I did is I went through and I made a list month by month. And I also included a little bit of my everyday, and I'll get into that. Okay. Once that was done, I went through and I assigned a budget to each individual envelope that I'm going to have. Family's birthdays, everybody gets $100. My family is like my mother-in-law, my father-in-law. I don't spend $100 on them. I just spend 25 or 30. That's a rolling one. But my immediate family, my husband, my children, my son-in-law, my grandson, they all get $100. Okay. Family for Christmas, everybody gets $250 except for my grandson because my daughter would kill me if I spent $250 on them. Valentine's Day, Father's Day, Mother's Day, my anniversary, I assign a budget in each one of those envelopes. And I stick by that budget. Nothing can alter that budget for me. I am heck bent on making sure that I am sticking to that budget as closely as I possibly can. Okay? Once I assign a budget to each one of my envelopes, I go through and here's my planner. Okay? I go through and I look at my planner. So let's take and I hope I'm in frame here. I'm just going to stand up for a second and make sure that I am. Okay, I am. Okay, so let's take February. Okay. Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day falls on February 14th. Now, for 2023, it's on a Tuesday. My husband and I, we live in a small town. There's usually not a whole lot to do around here. We usually just go to dinner and a movie. We've been doing it for 25 years. We keep it fairly simple. We go to our favorite Chinese restaurant. We see if there's any movies out there. We do dinner and a movie. So for Valentine's Day, I gave it, and I think it's in events. Oh, I didn't even put it on here. Uh-oh. Oh, here it is. Okay. I put it under holiday. So Valentine's Day, I'm going to chip in $50. I'll probably pay for dinner. He'll pay for a movie, whatever it is. So I budgeted $50. So I look at my calendar of paydays. So I have I have 3 paydays until Valentine's Day. So I took my handy dandy, and of course I cannot find it now. Oh, here it is. So I take my budget, which is 50, I divide it by 3, so it's roughly $16, $16.66. Let's just say $16 or $17. It's Valentine's Day, whatever. So starting the first paycheck in January, I have to put in $16 into that envelope to get to my budget of $50. And I go through and I do that for every single envelope that I have, all the way down to holidays. Okay? Or let's do birthdays. I'll show you. My daughter Gia's birthday is in October. Okay? I spend $100. So every single paycheck, I only have to put away $5 to get to her birthday. I can manage $5. I can't manage taking $100 out of my paycheck on October 12th. That's going to throw my budget off. My other daughter's birthday is in August. For her $100, I just have to come up with $6 a paycheck. Okay? My grandson, but as you can see, the earlier the birthday, my husband's birthday is in February. Okay? I'm going to do $100 for him. So I only have 3 pay periods until it's over, until it's here. So between then and now, I have to take $33 and put it into his envelope. So I know that one of the big questions that's going to come up, and this is the way that I make it a little bit easier on myself, because this is a lot of money. If I were to go through and add up all of this money, I'd probably have to take out about $400 or $500 a paycheck just to get through this, to have enough money for them. So once his birthday is over, I take this $33 and I'll divert it to another fund. Okay? Same thing with Valentine's Day. I will take Valentine's Day, I'll take this $16 and I'll revert it to another fund. This way, it helps me down the line, especially once we get down to Christmas. So I will do my best to make sure that all of these, and again, it depends on a situation. Every time I sit down and I budget, it may be a little bit different. I mean, the cost of gas threw everybody for a loop. The cost of food, everybody for a loop. So I had to, like everybody else in this world, I had to divert some of my money earlier on in the year to my food envelope. So some of these did not get stuffed at the very beginning of the year. But because I had this completed, I could take that money and divert it into other funds. It's a job. It's work. It's looking at your budget and really making sure that you are on point every single week. At first, I actually looked at my budget every day. I tweaked my budget to the penny every single day. I allotted myself half an hour or an hour every single day to look and see where my budget was. On paydays, I'm a supervisor, so I managed to get myself off on paydays. I would spend all day payday taking money out, putting money in my funds, making sure that my trackers were on. Now, again, it's easier. Now it's only half a day. I spend about 4 hours every single payday. And I look at my budget probably every other week. Every other day. But this is work. And you need to be willing to put the work in to have that financial freedom. Do I still have a little bit of debt? Yeah. Am I managing it? Absolutely. About a year ago, I bought a Sleep Number bed because I needed to sleep and I was not sleeping. I got interest free. I will have it paid off in about 6 months. Do I have credit cards? Yes. Are they paid off in full right now? No, because starting an Etsy shop is pretty expensive. Am I making minimum payments on them? No. I'm putting big chunks of money towards them. But it's because I do this that I can do that. Okay? I'm maintaining my credit. I'm near 700. I used to be down in the 500s. At one point, my credit was 490. But it was because I'm doing this. Am I able to manage where my money is going? As far as my bills are concerned, I tried the Budget Mom's. I tried what she does. In other words, she takes one of her paychecks. So let's just take January. So I get paid on the 5th and I get paid on the 19th. The way that she does it is, for my paychecks that are on the 19th, all of the bills that are due prior to the 19th get paid in full on the 19th. Her way was not working for me. I tried it. So my phone decided to stop recording on me. So now, of course, my train of thought is all where it's going. I'm glad I stood up and realized where we're at. So anyway, let me pick up really quick where we left off. So the way that the Budget Mom does her budget is she takes, if she has one paycheck every 2 weeks, she takes all of the bills, I guess, within the first 2 weeks and pays it with the first paycheck, and then all of the bills within the second 2 weeks and pays it with the second paycheck. Most of my bills are due at the beginning of the month. So I never had enough money in that one paycheck to pay for all of the bills with that first paycheck. So for me, it's just much easier if I split my paychecks or split my bills in half. My daughter's car payment is $400 a month. So I take $200 out of one paycheck and $200 out of another. I do that for all of my bills. So I know that generally my bills are going to run me about $800 a month, or $800, a paycheck. That's easier for me to budget than anything else. So, okay, I'm still recording. That's easier for me to budget into my paychecks. But again, I had to try it. I had to try different situations. So that's how I manage my bills. And I did make up a paycheck bill tracker and my checking account running total and my cash envelope breakdown. I did these all off of Excel. And one of the reasons why I did that was because when I first started budgeting, although the Budget Mom does have some free printables on her shop, I was broke. I had no money for anything. I had nothing. But I did have a computer and I did have an Excel spreadsheet. So I went in and I made an Excel spreadsheet that works for me. So basically it's my monthly bill, how much I'm budgeting that month, how much I'm paying, my due date, how I paid it, did it come out of an envelope or a checking account, is it half the payment or is it full or is it the full payment? And then I go back and I mark off if it has cleared. And then I've got my my everyday here, my sinking funds here, and so on and so forth. It's her basic layout, but I tweaked it again. That was better off for me. So I think I'll do another separate video when it has to, as far as budgeting bills and stuff. But these are just for my sinking fund. So go through and find a way that works for you and for your budget. But find a foundation and tweak it from there. Try it a couple of paychecks. Does it work? Does it not work? What's not working? This is work, guys. This is a lot of work. This is... Sorry, now I'm afraid my camera's going to stop recording. This is a lot of trial and error. But in the end, if you keep at it, you'll start to see the positive results because it does work. So anyway, that's how I go about setting up my sinking funds. So I've already done it for for 2023. Again, I don't start putting this money in until the first paycheck in January. So I'll go through and on my trackers, I will, let's see if I can find one that I did. On my trackers, let's see, here, I'll take the birthday one. So on my trackers, I'll turn around and I'll put 2023 for my husband's birthday, $100, so that's $33 a paycheck. And that's how I do it. And I work at it. I work at it every single week. And I can't, I don't worry about money. I'm concerned about it, but it doesn't stress me the way that it did. I don't worry about going to the mailbox anymore because I know it's just going to be credit card offers because my credit score is so good now. Work at it. Don't beat yourself up. If you try something and it fails, tweak it to your own budget. So that is going to be it for my video for today. And remember, go on and comment about what color you think my gloves are going to be on my video that I'll be filming on Thursday, because this coming Thursday is my payday. So I'll be filming that, and I'll probably be posting it up on my cash stuffing. I'll probably post it up on Friday. So send out or put in the comment section what color you think my gloves are going to be. And the first person to comment with the right answer, then I will contact them and